What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines with another Let's Play Season 7, Episode number 5. And just a little bit of warning up front, I got to get this recording done today, and I have a migraine, so if I don't sound like my normal self, that is why. So if I'm a little bit less energetic, forgive me, but I wanted to keep this timetable going. New episodes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And today is a very exciting episode because we're going to unlock the tile that's going to allow us to start in kind of on that downtown area. Downtown will probably be episodes 6 and 7 where we really get to work on it, but we're going to start sneaking our way over up to the river's edge and across the river. And we'll start looking at that next tile. But with that out of the way, let's dive into the episode and see where we go today. And I've made some graphical tweaks, so things will look a little less sharp, a little more jagged edge, a little bit less resolution, but hopefully smoother traffic flow and a little bit better frame rate. So right now we're at 15. Well, I say that we dipped down to 7 for a second, but it's definitely better frame rates by reducing the animation distance on buildings, trees, props, and everything else. And then I've also backed down the resolution, as you can see in the top right, from regularly playing at 4K down to 1080p. So if things look a little less sharp, hopefully they look a little smoother as a result. So, but let me know what you think. Are you okay with the bad frame rates to see things a little sharper? Are you watching on a device that it doesn't really matter? I'll still do the cinematics with the full detail and resolution, but either way, hopefully trying to squeeze a couple more frames out of this build, but it doesn't look like it's making a terribly big difference. As you can see, things are still kind of chugging along. When we're at 3 times speed, it looks a little smoother. When we're at 1 time speed, we're getting a lot of traffic in through here, and I guess we expected that. But let's look at where some of our traffic problems are going to start cropping up. You hear the dog getting very excited in the background there, or you probably can. So yeah, we knew this was going to be busy here, and that's totally fine. As long as it doesn't start to back up onto the highway, we're good. If it starts backing up on the highway, then we really need to look at what's happening. But while I was setting up the graphical tweaks, we did unlock a new area. We unlocked our milestone. And the one thing that I dropped in was Firewatch towers. So we just unlocked those at 8,500 population. That we also have access to things like IT cluster, high density residential and commercial, and office. And we really won't be using any of these in this particular build. So we have started to unlock campus area, but I want to unlock the standard university, and we only have the trade school right now as far as I know. So maybe we'll drop in an old school university just to educate people and get them on the path towards some of those office jobs that we might eventually drop in, though they will look a little different. They'll be Euro row houses, commercial style, that we'll see crop up in the downtown area. So I don't know why it keeps defaulting into electricity and water views. I'm either hitting some kind of combination of buttons, or I've got some combination of mods that's doing that. So let's start by at least buying this tile over here. The one that's most appealing to me is where we can get started on the downtown area, which is mostly on this tile, but it also enables us to build on this patch, which is a lot of small, low-density residential houses that are over here. So maybe we can get going on that today. Give us still some room to expand. Let's see where we're at on water. So 18,000, we get the water treatment plant, and then we'll move all this out of here so that we have less pollution cropping up over here. We could start actually moving it up this way, but we don't really have a lot of water flow on this map because of the way it's set up, unfortunately. So we're just kind of sending it off to pollute. Maybe we could make a little lake here for pollution just to contain it. That might work. That might be a trick we can do. But eventually we'll get completely pollution-free water, though, so that should be good. So we could start to tweak this into a little bit more of what it's supposed to be, which is a diamond interchange. I realize it's so close to where it's supposed to be, and we'll need one more tile to really put it where we want to, but technically the traffic comes over this little peninsula and down into the downtown area. I think I've got that right, but it looks like if I'm looking at the Google Maps or Google Earth on my other monitor, it looks like it's a little bit off. So I think we can bring this over here instead and deliver that into the downtown area. And in the meantime, again, fill in this segment over here with a bunch of different lower density residential options. So let's do that. Let's bring this street, which carries traffic all the way through here. We'll bring that under the highway. And then we'll work on this interchange next. So let's come in here and delete just a little bit of our highway. We'll do this all on pause. And then I want to grab our landscaping tool. Come on. And seriously? Laggy today. So brush strength, brush size. We'll lower the terrain down a little bit, I said. A little bit. Come on, game. So let's see if that's good right there. No, that was way too much. Oh, that was smoothing. Okay. Well. So we'll level it based on about there. So that we've got some room to come under the highway, and then we'll slope it up a little bit on either side. So right about from here up to say here. We'll slope that. I gotta click on the right tool here. So again, coming up to here, we'll slope from here. Now let's do the same thing over on this side. So from here, we'll slope back up. We'll build our highways back over. And then we will build the underground, or the underpass, I should say. And then we'll smooth it out afterwards. Oh, I gotta do more of a valley, and I make this mistake every time. Because I need to raise it up a little bit. So let's do this smoothing and sloping after the fact. So let's do that. We got to make a little bit of a bridge almost. So I'm going to bring it up way more than I need because thanks to Move It, we can straighten this out after the fact. So we could kind of nitpick it, but we don't need to. So that looks stupid, but we're going to fix that. So what we can do with Move It is highlight some nodes that we want to modify. That looks good. And then we'll go to the align height, click on that, and then click on the node we want to align with. And that should have moved everything, but it looks like I missed a node here. So align height again. Okay. Do it the old-fashioned way. So let's see if we can get a road under there now. It doesn't look like we can. So I need to lower the terrain a little bit under there. But that way we don't disrupt the flow of our highway at all. These tools are killing me lately. I swear I'm clicking on the tool that I mean to click on. And then I'm making these ridiculous mountains. So unfortunately, my install is being a little laggy, and it's causing me to do stuff like that. So is that enough room for a road under there? I don't think so. I think we need to lower it a little bit more. Let's try that. And then just barely on either side, we'll slope. We'll make sure we're on the slope tool before I do anything. We'll slope that up there. We'll do the same thing over here. And then let's bring the roads under and start building some residential. Space already occupied. What is the problem here? So let's bulldoze some houses. Oh, we had a park right there. Okay, let's definitely move that. Dog park. That should be okay, but let's see. So there we go. Now we can break out our smoothing tool. So there we go. That looks a little bit more natural now. Maybe this incline's just a bit much. So something like that. Slope the road up from there. And now we can really start to do a little bit of a low density residential grid. So I think what we could do is a couple things. Let's get this out of here altogether. So we have 3 eco water outlets. Let's bring those over here. We'll get them off on the edge of the map. We will have to run power for this, but that's okay, because this will start moving our pollution at least away from our main population center, which will be nice. We'll pipe that up and get it connected into our system, maybe there. And now we need to run electricity, because we do have the electric roads mod, but there's no roads over there yet. So we'll just do that. A straight shot, and then there our water should be taken care of. If we wanted to, the other thing we could do is try and start pushing the sewage out with a water outlet. So we can connect that to the water system. I'm clicking on these things, and you may see me going back down to the bar a lot, because I am clicking on them, and it is not recognizing it, unfortunately. Something's up, but I do have Premiere open in the background, so maybe I should have shut that first. That probably would have been a good idea. So that is actually probably affecting our frame rate a little more than it should be. So next episode, we'll see if the 1080p frame rate is better. So that will take our excess water in the system, which is not much because we're using the auto budget. But if we have any excess water in the system, it'll start to flow out of here, and it should push it. It should push it out that way or totally drain the system. That was a little weird. I don't think that will cause any flooding over here. It should be enough to just naturally smooth out, but that should, again, start pushing the pollution away. If we check our info... Wow, third click's a charm. If we check our info view and pollution, we'll see when we come back to this that because we've got fresh water coming in here, it's going to start to push that out. And it should follow the same pattern. It should eventually all go away down there. I don't think we can do... When is floating garbage collector available? At 18,000. So once we get there, maybe we can add some of those just to help clean up the water a little faster than it would normally. And water towers, let's just move these for now. So we'll pause it. We'll throw these on the side of the highway. And we'll get those connected into the system. And it does look like that's spreading power okay just because it's sitting next to the highway, so that's good. So do we not need those now? Yeah, they're powered just by being on that bubble, so that is good. So we'll come down here and we're going to do kind of our main avenue through this area. It's going to support most of the traffic. And we'll come up there. We'll do a little bit of a buffer so that we have some room between the highway and... I don't know why it keeps defaulting into water view. I swear I'm not hitting anything. water and electricity for some reason. So I've got an odd combination of mods that's causing some weird behavior, or I am bumping a key that I don't know the mapping for. Now IRL, there is a traffic circle on this side of this highway. So basically right here in the center of the screen. And that would connect people into over here. So this doesn't bridge this gap at all. But this does. And again, this would normally be up here a little bit. It looks like I messed up my terrain just a tiny little bit. So let's bring this through first, because this is going to disrupt any neighborhoods that we bring through here. And we're going to do a diamond interchange. And for this one, we're going to do the same thing. This is actually, the highway is an overpass here in real life, but we're going to underpass the road instead, just because we've got that infrastructure all built up already. Now, what we'll do is we're going to come in here and bulldoze. Didn't mean to bulldoze that piece. But let's get all this out of here. We'll do that. We'll get this reconnected now. I'm trying to think, do we overpass it? Let's see what we like the look of better. An overpass highway. We're coming over the highway. There's not a lot of zoning immediately on this exit, so it doesn't really matter either way. I think it's just a personal preference. But let's get rid of this. And this is going to become... We'll leave this traffic circle in here until we find a better way to manage it. But let's come down here with a grass line street. We'll line up with that. Get just barely over the highway. No more than we need to. And then we'll come back down. Like so. Let's do regular so that it doesn't... It's weird, it had tree lined in the animation there for a minute, even though I was on a different street, wasn't I? Super confused. Back down here. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to get rid of this. We'll come to there, and then we'll make a little bit of a bridge. If this is the road that connects most of the traffic through here, that's the one that we want to intersect with what will be Market Street here. So we'll do that. We'll connect maybe through here since this kind of broke the zoning anyways. And then let's do a couple freeform roads that kind of come off of here. So that we can kind of maximize some zoning down this way. Why don't we do the same thing right here? That's good enough. And then we could have one that kind of connects that way. We'll zone on the outer side, not the interior by the water. And we'll connect some of that through. Is this going to be enough? Oh, it's close. So close to get more zoning in there, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with some dead space. It doesn't need to be absolutely packed in. And we can do kind of the same thing up here by the highway. Just one more road, maybe. See what we can get in. So that's not bad. So we still got a bit of a buffer. Over here might be a little tight next to the highway, but we could not zone on the backside there. Just have a spot for a couple more houses over here. Really fill this in with trees on this backside. And we should be pretty good there. So I think this is a slow-paced episode, but we're getting to a really important part of the build where we're going to start building that downtown, and I'm super excited about that part because that is going to be kind of the most custom, if you will, because I've found a bunch of townhouses and row houses and all sorts of things that I think are really going to make that downtown area feel very different from any of my previous builds, and really bring it some life that should feel true to those that know the Portsmouth area. And if you don't, it'll still feel like a cool little port town, and hopefully give you some ideas and inspiration for your own cities. But let's zone this, and let's call it a day. So we've got the most of residential demand right now. Let's not zone this part right here. And we've got 2 connections back to our main area, which is good. And then eventually we'll have this come under and connect into a roundabout, or just connect it into this once we downgrade that. And we'll be pretty true to form for when it comes to kind of matching this area of Portsmouth. We'll try and do the downtown appropriately too. And then after that, I think it's just a matter of filling out some space on the edge of the map. Let's build all the way down on this piece. And all the way out down here. But I don't think I'm going to zone right here on the water. We'll do something like that. We'll do a pier or a boat dock or something like that on that little extension. There we go. So, and we're not going to zone on that 4-lane road. We're going to let that be kind of a cut through from one half of the town to the other. And I don't want that road itself having traffic turning in and out, and we'll try and keep the intersections very minimal over there. But this build is coming along. We've unlocked that tile that we wanted for the downtown area. And I think that's what we'll focus on in episode 6. And that'll definitely be a multi-episode project. But I'll see if I can fix this bridge. We'll fill in some of the gaps up here at some point. Hopefully we're starting to push that pollution out. Let's go ahead and hit play. But I think that's a good spot to break for today. So again, stay tuned. New episodes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I think that's an auto budget thing that should correct itself in a minute. Looks like it is. Yes, okay. So new episodes of the Let's Play Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you can make it, the live streams are console based right now. Unfortunately, we had a lot of disasters on the last episode. I don't know if that's a trend that will continue, but hopefully we'll get some building done on the next live stream. Those are Thursdays and Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Currently, that's GMT -4 for those of you in other parts of the world. If you've been here before, you know the drill. Likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe and consider hitting the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other series. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord if you want to get involved in the discussion with other like-minded fans of cities and of the channel. But until the next one, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.